Hey everyone, you have probably heard the whispers that the next world war might not be over land or oil, but over water. Hard to believe, but here's the thing. Water makes up 71% of our planet, and controlling it holds the key to global dominance. And speaking of control, you have likely heard the phrase, "Who controls the water, controls the world." Now, you might be thinking, how can water give someone control over the world? Or why is water such a power-determining force? And eventually, what's the big deal with water? Well, the answer isn't floating around in the vastness of oceans. It's hidden in something much narrower and far more strategic. The key lies in something called a strait. And before you get it twisted, I'm not talking about strait as in walking a line. Anyways, let's get straight to the point. With strait, I mean the part of the map where a narrow body of water connects two larger ones while separating the land. Sounds simple? Well, not so fast. These little connectors are actually some of the most strategically important spots on the planet. But before we dive into the details, welcome to Factssay, where we dish out the facts, leave out the fluff, and let you decide what it all means. Alright, so have you ever looked at the world map where the narrow blue areas naturally expand into the broader blue areas? That's a strait. More comprehensively, the National Geographic Encyclopedia describes a strait as a narrow body of water that connects two larger bodies of water. These straits might seem small, but they have been some quite strong game changers, controlling trade routes, shaping empires, and even stirring up some serious geopolitical drama. These natural choke points are crucial for international maritime navigation, and we can't justify their strategic importance without looking at some of the world's most important straits. So let's take a look at some of the major straits and the reasons that make them so significant. Let's begin our journey in Southeast Asia at the Malacca Strait, a crucial trade route and one of the world's most critical maritime choke points. Strategically, the Strait of Malacca is vital for maritime trade due to its key location. It serves as the primary shipping channel between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, running between the Malay Peninsula to the northeast and the Indonesian island of Sumatra to the southwest. The waterways congestion is most evident at its narrowest point, where it is only 2.7 kilometers wide. This creates a choke point that is vulnerable to piracy, theft, and blockades, making control of this region a top priority for regional and global powers. To highlight its importance, approximately 80% of China's oil imports and a large share of its iron ore, natural gas, and manufactured goods pass through this narrow channel. In fact, it's one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. According to the World Economic Forum, around 94,000 ships pass through this strait annually, carrying around 30% of all traded goods. However, China faces what's known as the Malacca dilemma due to its heavy reliance on the Strait of Malacca. Any disruption, whether from piracy or geopolitical tensions, could seriously impact China's energy security and economy. This makes the Strait of Malacca not only a vital, but also a vulnerable lifeline for global trade. Now, let's head west to the Middle East, where we find the Strait of Hormuz, arguably the world's most significant strait. This strait is a vital artery for global oil transportation, linking the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. It is a pivotal point in the geopolitical landscape of Middle East. The Strait of Hormuz borders Iran to the north and Oman and the United Arab Emirates to the south. Moreover, if we talk about the dimensions of this strait, then according to Wikipedia, it only stretches approximately 167 kilometers in length, and at its narrowest point, it is only 33 kilometers wide. Compared to any other strait, The significance of the Strait of Hormuz is unparalleled. Here's how. According to US Energy Information Administration, nearly 21 million barrels of oil pass through this strait every day, accounting for about 30% of the world's seaborne traded crude oil. Additionally, it carries 20% of the world's liquefied natural gas each year. Given its importance, the Strait of Hormuz is a focal point for geopolitical tensions, with any disruption here having far-reaching consequences for global energy market and security. Its control is not just a matter of regional power dynamics, but of a global concern. Continuing our westward journey, we arrive at the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a narrow gateway connecting the Red Sea to the Gulf of Eden. This strait is critical for trade routes linking Europe to the Indian Ocean. This strait got its name due to the dangers attending its navigation. In Arabic, Bab means gate and Mandeb translates to lamentation or grief, aptly describing the challenges sailors historically faced when passing through this narrow stretch of water. Geographically, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait is a narrow waterway situated between Yemen on the Arabian Peninsula and Djibouti and Eritrea in the Horn of Africa. It connects the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and ultimately the Indian Ocean. Spanning approximately 50 kilometers in length and narrowing to just 26 kilometers at its tightest point, the strait is further divided by Paddy Island into two channels, the eastern and western channels. This narrow passage makes it a critical choke point, especially for oil and gas. The National Geographic notes that, according to the International Maritime Organization, up to a quarter of the world's shipping traffic passes through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, amounting to several billion tons of cargo each year. This includes an estimated 4.5 million barrels of oil per day. Next, we venture to the Strait of Gibraltar, where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Mediterranean Sea. This strategic choke point not only facilitates trade, but also acts as a geopolitical hotspot between Europe and Africa. This strait's strategic location has made it a vital maritime route for centuries. It connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea and separates southern Spain from the northern Morocco. This narrow passage is approximately 58 kilometers long with a width of just 13 kilometers at its narrowest point. Each year, thousands of vessels pass through this strait, carrying goods, oil, and other resources between Europe, Africa, and beyond, making it an important artery for international commerce. But it's not just about trade. This strait is also a geopolitical hotspot. When you look at the map of Gibraltar, it might seem like just another Spanish city. However, Gibraltar is actually a unique overseas territory of the United Kingdom. Gibraltar also holds a vital naval base for UK, which is essential for NATO operations, particularly in ensuring the security and flow of maritime traffic through this narrow passage. Spain, however, has never been happy about British control of Gibraltar, leading to a long-standing territorial dispute that continues to cause diplomatic friction. As a major maritime route, the Strait of Gibraltar is strategically significant and functions as a critical choke point. The Council on Foreign Relations asserts that the control and security of the Strait of Gibraltar are of paramount importance to both NATO and the European Union, given its strategic role in ensuring the free flow of maritime traffic and energy supplies. Finally, we journey far north to the Bering Strait, a maritime passage that plays a crucial role in connecting two vast continents. The Bering Strait is a narrow passage of water, approximately 82 kilometers wide at its narrowest point, that separates the easternmost point of Russia from the westernmost point of Alaska in the United States. This strait not only serves as the physical divide between Asia and North America, but it also connects the Bering Sea to the Arctic Ocean, making it a vital link in the global maritime chain. As the Arctic ice diminishes due to climate change, the Bering Strait's role as a navigable route has grown, offering shorter shipping paths between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The strategic value of Bering Strait extends beyond trade. This narrow waterway is a critical point of geopolitical interest. Both the United States and Russia monitor the region closely, not only for its potential as a commercial shipping route, but also for military and security reasons. The presence of natural resources such as oil and gas in the surrounding areas further enhances the strait's importance, making it a focal point in Arctic geopolitics. Moreover, the Bering Strait is ecologically significant. It is home to a wide range of marine life, including whales, seals, and seabirds. This positioning of Bering Straits makes it a vital passage for marine biodiversity, migratory species, and future shipping routes. Alright, so that was all about how the 71% of our Earth controls the rest of the 29%. So, isn't it incredible that how these narrow passages of water can have such a massive impact on global power dynamics?
It's time for Factssay Confidence Score.
If you found this video informative, you are indeed a fact-savvy and already our favorite too. In order to get more amazing information like this, make sure to befriend us so this isn't our first and last interaction.